All right, my friends, I hate to beat this dead horse, but you need 80% of your retirement, of your income in retirement. The next time you hear someone tell you that, say why. Why do you say that? And if they say, well, most financial experts, most financial planners, most academics, whoever it is, say, where are they getting their numbers from? Oh, I'm just watching this guy on YouTube right now. I know he's trying to be helpful. But it's like most financial experts say you need 70 to 80% of your income in retirement. I just want to say, why do they say that? Where are they getting that from? What is the basis for that? It just drives me insane. Now, I know, look, we got to start from someplace will be the rule here. And some guy I know and I respect, he goes, let's just put it this way, Monte Carlo might not be perfect, but it's better than all the other crap, so I'm comfortable using it. I'm like, oh, that's not... Look, I use Monte Carlo too, but you don't say because it's the best of all the other bad solutions, we're going to use it. It's just, no, that's the wrong answer in this case. Well, what else are we supposed to say? 70, 80%? We got to have a rule of thumb for something. Notice how the rule of thumb has now become almost as an etched in stone. Oh, we need 70, 80% retirement. Okay, why? Because the financial experts say that. Okay, who are these financial experts? B, how do they get to that number? It's similar to the 4% rule. We can only spend 4% safely in retirement. Why? Well, because that's what all the financial experts say. Okay, who said that? Well, what you and I know is Bill Bengen. Okay, but how did he come with that number? And how would that affect you? And here's the thing at the end of the day. How does that affect you specifically? Oh, for the love of the good Lord. And I just sit there and I say, okay, 70 to 80% in retirement income. And then the first thing I say is, okay, let's just say that's true. So I need 80% of my last year of earnings, income, as income. Why? Why would I need that? I need 80% of my first year of earnings of income. They're always going to say your last year of earnings. And the reason we came up with this, by the way, and this is where that book I'm talking about, the Contrarians Look at Retirement Planning, or Retirement, I forgot the name of the title of the book. But the old pension in the day, the old pensions were based on, you got 2% of your salary for every year you worked. And thus, if you work 30 years, you got 60% of your income as a pension in retirement. If you work 35 years, you got 70% of your income in retirement. That's based on the old kind of union negotiation with employers. Your pension is based on how many years you work, and if you work each year, you get 2% a year. And it's also based on actuarial tables and stuff. It's all good, all good. That's how it came to be. It's similar to why do we have health insurance through work? Well, because there's wage and price controls during World War II, and you think even going on beyond that, which said you could not hire somebody who at a more of a labor cost, i.e. a salary, but what the corporations would do to give people incentive is to give them health insurance, which is why health insurance is stuck at your employer, which is nuts. So all these things are political. All these things have happened, and they've taken into vernacular says, this is why you need 70, 80%. Well, we know it's partly, if not heavily, based on the contracts that unions were negotiating with their employers. 2% per year of income of work. Work 30 years, you get 60%. Work 35 years, you get 70%. Work 40 years, you get 80%. Done, done, done. And how many years do you actually live in retirement? Well, not that many back then. And how many people actually had pensions, again, for the love of the good Lord? It was not that many. And yet we all said, we need to go back to the pensions. I was reading this one lady article that said, the old days of the pension. And I was like, you recognize the pension is not a whole lot different than indentured servitude, right? So the idea that was better than what we have today, I find that to be silly, if not absolutely egregious, because that says you get nothing. It's kind of like being in the military. You work all these years, but you get nothing unless you serve 20. So you have no freedom of movement at all. None. 401k is 10 times better than a pension. You don't like your job and you're vested, you up and leave, man. You up and leave. You say, I'm done. I'm out. You like your job, you keep working there, you keep putting more and more in your 401k, you move up the chain of command, get a higher salary, get more and more into your 401k, that's fine. But if you hate your crappy old job because you're being assaulted by a boss or whatever, you want to try something new like I did, why would we want you attached to the pension? One of the biggest reasons we have this more of a creative economy, obviously technology, I mean YouTube, but another big reason is simply the fact that you have the ability to take your earnings via your 401k and move and get out of Dodge. And you can spend it. Yeah, you might have a 10% penalty, but if you had to go to the pension route, you wouldn't be able to get access to it if you're vested at all until you're 60 years old, kind of like a military pension. I mean, look, military pensions you get once you retire, but you had to retire. When I was in the military, you serve 4 years, you don't get anything. Now it's a little bit different now, thankfully, but still, at the end of the day, you don't get anything. And then if you're in reserves, you get your pension, it doesn't kick in until you're 60. So you don't have anything while you're in your prime working years or prime creative years, when that's not a good strategy. Anyway, so when someone says you need 78% of your retirement, of your income in retirement, say why? And they'll say, because financial planners, they say that. Who? Well, financial planners. How do they get that number? Okay. So let's backpedal a bit and start from me specifically. All right, we'll see you.